Scum just dropped one of the most anticipated updates in its entire existence. Even though it's only an experimental version, the game is at its absolute best state it's ever been. Don't get me wrong, the game had its fair share of valuable content that certainly shaped the game for the better, but nonetheless, nothing ever matched the hype and excitement as 0.8 did. So with that being said, here's everything you need to know when it comes to the new update. At number 1, which is very obvious, but it's the core of this update, it's the power plant. Not only do we get the new location on the map, but we also have a couple of new outfits to protect ourselves from it. As you can imagine, the power plant brings a lot more than just a very valuable loot. It also brings radiation, which is a new sickness. If your hazmat suit gets damaged, which mind you doesn't take that much, you can easily repair that with the duct tape. If your character gets sick from the radiation, you can treat yourself with medication. You don't have to wash yourself with soap in order to wash that off your skin. But apparently one of the cool features that you can do, which is absolutely fascinating to me and it just goes to show how realistic Scum really is the fact that you can run around and make your character sweat, and that will slowly reduce your radiation. You're essentially sweating that off, if that makes any sense. Obviously it won't heal you overnight, but the fact that that's something that you can do in this game, it just amazes me. I'm telling you guys, it's all about these little details that make this game very special. Oh, and speaking of details, let's talk about modifying your vehicles, shall we? Unlike something we've seen before, Scum's vehicle modification is taking a whole different turn. You can now completely take your car apart. You can go as far as replacing every individual seat, which is for a game like this is very unusual but beyond impressive. At number 3, we have farming. As a survival game, I think it's very important and crucial to give your players the convenience of farming. It's not to say that food is very difficult to obtain in Scum. In fact, there is food all over the place, especially if you really look. However, allowing your players to go crazy and grow supplies worth of food is a very nice touch. At number 4, we have credit cards. This is one of those things that's very overlooked, or at least it was, not until it came out, but nonetheless you can now have credit cards available to your character, and its sole purpose is to deposit money to this virtual account to keep it safe. Previously, players kept stacks of money at their base, and I suppose on PvE server it was not a big deal. However, playing this on PvP servers and running into a high risk of your base being raided and losing all of that money was definitely a fear of mine. Imagine you have thousands and thousands of dollars saved up and somebody decides to raid you and take that money away from you. It would be very frustrating. Well, worry not, you can now deposit that money to your account and that money isn't going anywhere. Your account can be accessed through ATM machine, and by the way there's plenty of them out there, or you can simply travel to an outpost and deposit your money there at the bank. I will say it was a very nice decision to implement ATMs into this game simply because now players don't even have to bother going to an outpost for that exact reason, especially having a risk of running into another player and possibly losing that money. So good job, Gamepires. At number 5, we have base building. Now, those of you familiar with Rust, Scum decided to implement exactly the same base building concept into their game. You can now have more freedom and creativity with this update. Previously, we were very much limited with building cabins in different sizes of them, but now you can design your base however you'd like. And that makes it more challenging for raids. Players will now be forced to have a strategy next time they decide to raid you and vice versa. Obviously, with hazmat suits being available to us, we have now different types of them as well. There is one that's known as a banana suit, which has more storage and allows you to have armor underneath it. And there is also one that is more tactical, that has less storage and you cannot wear any armor whatsoever. But I think it makes you a lot more quicker and it's not as bulky. Some players prefer the looks of the tactical one, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really do like the banana suit, and I think it's because it reminds me a lot of Days Gone. Obviously, this update still requires some tweaking and perfection, but as a whole, this is by far the most game-changing update we've seen in a long time. Scum has come a long way, and I kid you not, with these changes, this is by far the best survival game I had the honor to play. The map is massive. I love the realism in survival games, and these guys bring just that. Being able to get creative with base building, and most importantly have the freedom while at it, is incredible. And now having modified vehicles that fit your personal game style. I mean, what else can I ask for? Gamepires, we are so fucking proud of you guys. To say that this is just a typical update would be an understatement. If you still to this day somehow haven't tried Scum, I highly suggest that you do. Because from this point forward, Scum is only becoming a better survival game. This was your boy Roos, and I'm out. Bye.